Hi, America. Bill Maher here, and what a summer I've had sitting out on my back porch and downing Michelobs with astronauts and swapping stories about our court-ordered ankle bracelets. But what with my dog-fighting ring broken up and my new wife, Lindsay, back in rehab, I felt it was time to get back to work. You know, I only get so much vacation time. I'm just a comedian, not a member of the Iraqi parliament. I don't know if you heard, but everyone in the Iraqi government is taking this entire month off to relax and recharge their irrational hate. Now, our troops are being redeployed, tours of duty are being extended, but the Iraqi government needs some me time. Even the terrorists are on vacation. Al-Qaeda in Iraq is currently Al-Qaeda in Cancun. But they did leave a note. It said, "The bomb's under the mat, just kill yourself until we get back." Now, the other reason I came back is I felt a little guilty. You know, me not working while the surge is working. That's right, apparently the surge is working. Not the actual surge, but the phrase, "the surge is working," seems to be working. Proving once again that Americans will believe anything if you repeat it enough. Now, recently we also learned that the U.S. command in Iraq has lost track of about 110,000 AK-47 rifles and 80,000 pistols that we provided to the Iraqi forces, who you may know by their real name, sectarian militias. Now, that's a lot of firepower that just happened to fall off a truck. It kind of makes you nostalgic for the good old days when the only weapons missing in Iraq were the imaginary ones. Well, we don't know where the guns went, but I'm sure at some point the bullets will turn up. Now, on the upside, it looks like the American people are finally being heard. Unfortunately, it's by way of warrantless wiretap. Yes, remember the illegal wiretapping that Congress was so angry about? Well, they were so mad, they legalized it. Yes, the Democrats in Congress took advantage of a deeply unpopular lame duck president by caving in to his every whim and agreeing to allow the Attorney General to spy on Americans without a warrant. Now, I know it's unconstitutional and all that, but hey, if you can't trust the sober judgment of Alberto Gonzales. I tell you, if the Democrats caved in anymore, they'd be a bridge in Minnesota. Oh, good, the first boo of the season. I feel restored. But that's right, just like we did with our credit and our environment, we Americans have now maxed out our infrastructure. And now that that bridge has collapsed and New York City is exploding from underneath, I just hope we finally convince the terrorists that we don't need their help in destroying this country. I've heard people say that the Minnesota Bridge is an example of turning every tragedy into a political issue, but if you can't use a horrific actual case of crumbling infrastructure to broach the subject of crumbling infrastructure, really, when can you? Of course, the great Republican canard ever since Reagan has been that there's no such thing as collective civic responsibility. It's your money, don't let the government go picking in your pocket. You know, as if we all don't drive the same highways, breathe the same air, and eat the same poisonous fruit from China. Republicans demonize taxes as always excessive and peg government as always bloated and full of waste. Bloated and full of waste, and that's coming from Rush Limbaugh. Oh, I kid, Rush, but you know, speaking of enablers, Karl Rove resigned this week. Saying he just wanted to spend more time dividing his family. Rove, of course, was the brilliant political Svengali who took a charmless, third-rate politician named George W. Bush and painstakingly molded him into what he is today, a complete and utter failure. Now, what will the Republican presidential campaign look like without Rove? Well, probably the same as it would have with him. Warnings about Mexicans, warnings about Arabs, and warnings about gays. They're trying to come over the border, they're trying to come over the ocean, they're trying to come over your back. So I guess it's no wonder that a poll out this summer put none of the above over all the other Republican candidates. And if none of the above does get the Republican nomination, you know two things will happen. A, the Democrats will find a way to lose to him. And B, Bush will try to call and congratulate him. All right, we're back August 24th. Please join us then on the regular TV. Join me and my roundtable guests as we answer your questions on our exclusive online program, Overtime, every Friday immediately following the show, only at HBO.com.